Formula One is back for its 75th anniversary season. 80 days on from the final racing laps of 2024, the Bahrain International Circuit hosts all 3 days of pre-season testing once more. 24 hours of running lies ahead for the teams over the next 3 days as the 2025 challengers hit the track in anger for the first time. Lewis Hamilton has made that long-awaited dream switch to Ferrari and will be hoping it all pays off with an 8th Drivers' World title. He partners Charles Leclerc, who's now in his 7th season with the Italian squad. With all 20 drivers running on the opening day, both Hamilton and Leclerc were able to get behind the wheel of the Ferrari SF25, and with the advantage of cooler temperatures in the afternoon, Leclerc set the quicker time. Both drivers will be pleased to have avoided any major interruptions in their respective sessions, completing a combined 141 laps. Carlos Sainz has made the move to Williams for 2025 and beyond, another of the sport's more famous teams. Although the Grove outfit have struggled to replicate their past successes in recent times, team principal James Vowles is confident that good times lie ahead, with Sainz and Alex Albon forming a very experienced lineup. Other than a lockup from the Spaniard into Turn 1, it was a trouble-free day for the team, Sainz ending 5th overall, having run in the preferable conditions. McLaren are one of only 2 teams to have stuck with the same lineup for this year. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri will both be hopeful of fighting for the driver's title, with the team having won the Constructors' Championship in 2024. The Papaya pair shared 6 victories between them last season, and to many, they enter this one as favourites. Piastri had a solid morning, and although Norris found himself in the garage for half of the afternoon session, he finally ran for a total of 52 laps and set the quickest time of the day, 1 minute 30.430. Aston Martin are the other team to have stuck with the same pairing, as Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll now enter their 3rd season together. And with Adrian Newey set to start work with the Silverstone-based squad from this year, both drivers will be hopeful of moving up the order. Alonso and Stroll would set the fewest laps of any driver in their respective sessions though, so both will be hoping for more over the next 2 days. Max Verstappen is chasing a 5th consecutive driver's title, only achieved once before by Michael Schumacher in the early 2000s. But with Red Bull finishing behind McLaren and Ferrari last season, and Mercedes also expected to challenge, Max winning the championship won't feel as certain as it did 12, 24 or 36 months ago. Liam Lawson is well aware of the challenge ahead of him. Having earned promotion to the Red Bull team for 2025, he now has the unenviable task of going up against 4-time champ Verstappen. The New Zealander only has 11 race starts to his name, but will be looking to settle in quickly and measure up well against the Dutchman. But it was Lawson who suffered the only scary moment of the morning session as his RB21 got out of shape with an hour remaining.
The car got loose very early into that Turn 2, so we can see here he has to fight the car already there at the apex, and then the speed picks up and he's kept his foot in, gets out wide to the curb, but the car is still moving around underneath him, and then finally an overcorrection that is going to send him spinning.
Mercedes have switched experience for raw talent, opting for the up-and-coming Andrea Kimi Antonelli to race alongside George Russell. The 18-year-old's impressive performances in the junior categories have led to his sudden elevation, but replacing an icon like Hamilton will be a tough ask. It was an encouraging start though, as the Italian clocked 78 laps in the morning and set the fastest time, a 10th clear of Lawson and Albon. When Russell jumped in for the afternoon, he set the 2nd quickest time with a total of 70 laps completed. Over Racing Bulls, its 2024 F2 runner-up Isaac Hadjar that moves up to race alongside Yuki Tsunoda. The French-Algerian rookie had a brief scare in the afternoon, spinning his car 360 degrees at the exit of Turn 4.
Oh, round and round and round we go, Isaac Hadjar, which looked very neat in the end, but that's not what you want to be doing.
Tsunoda matched Antonelli's tally of 78 laps in the morning, the most of anyone, and was 4th in the leaderboard out of those on track at the time. Hadjar completed another 76 laps for the team as he took over driving duties, while also setting the 11th quickest time of the day. Another fresh face, Jack Doohan, has been promoted from the Alpine Academy. The Australian teams up with Pierre Gasly at the French outfit this year. Both drivers had promising runs and will be happy with the day's learnings. Haas welcome a whole new lineup for 2025, with Esteban Ocon and Oliver Bearman joining forces for the US team. Bearman impressed last year, scoring points with both Ferrari and Haas while sitting in for both the sick and the suspended. Although he was slowest of the morning times, he did manage 72 tours of the circuit. Ocon set the most laps of anyone all day with 88, but found himself towards the end of the leaderboard with a different run plan to others. Racing in green this year for Kick Sauber, veteran Nico Hülkenberg is joined by rising star and back-to-back F3 and F2 champ Gabriel Bortoleto. Both will be hopeful of an improvement for the team this year, while also keeping an eye on what's to come for when the team transforms to Audi for 2026. Reliability was strong throughout the first day for the teams at least. The only major interruption came when the sole red flag was shown for a power cut halfway through the afternoon. Floodlights went out around the track, deeming it unsafe to run, and mechanics had to find other ways of getting light back into the garages. Just over an hour was lost to this bizarre moment, but the time would be given back as the session finished an hour later than originally planned. With a mix of fuel loads, compounds and run plans, the leaderboard doesn't accurately present a prediction of the season, but here's how things looked. Lando Norris ended the day on top, a tenth and a half quicker than the next best of Russell. Verstappen was third quickest for Red Bull, while Antonelli was the highest placed rookie in seventh. Tsunoda, despite running in the morning, was the fastest of the Racing Bulls, just inside the top 10. Bortoleto was 12th for Kick Sauber, while Hamilton's first official session in red saw him place 13th. The two Aston Martins of Alonso and Stroll could only manage the 15th and 16th quickest times, with Oliver Bearman rounding out the table.